tell by the look of my face, I'm up to no good again. I've got that itch, and I told you before, that itch needs to be itched. So I'm on my way to Dundee now to look at a 1987 Vauxhall Cavalier 1.8i. It's a convertible. From the pictures it looks in nice condition, but looks can be deceiving. But at the end of the day, I'm cutting the bull. I don't want to bombard the seller with billions of questions. This one's MOT'd. I would rather go through and see with my own eyes first and then ask the questions. Call me old school, but I don't really like this kind of new generation of Facebook messaging and what's the last price and whatever. Just go and look at the vehicle, you know. But I'm looking forward to this, and it's hardly surprising, but I'm going over the Forth Road Bridge again. I'm never off that bridge. I think I should actually start my own tour company. I would make a fortune just driving people over the bridge. Aye, this is a bridge. Aye, there's a field. Aye, look. Aye, there's a house. Greta Thunberg walked past that house one day, you know. Anyway, I'm just ranting on, but I'm hyper. I really can't wait to see this cavie, see what it's like. Hopefully it isn't a rotter, because I can't be dealing with that. But I'm going to check the MOT history first. I'll stop off when I'm fueling up and give the MOT history a wee look. But it's a D-Reg 1987. It appears to have the LX seats. Can you remember the LX seats? They look like the SRI ones, except there were stripes. The SRI ones, to my knowledge, I can't remember whether it was the earlier ones. They had the tartan, I think it was like Burberry or something. But this here one looks to have the LXI seats, maybe. Like, I could be completely wrong, but there wasn't really that much pictures with the inside, so I really don't know. Right, I'll go through and I'll see what it's like, and hopefully try and get a video. It's just awkward when you're going to look at people's vehicles. You ask them, can I film? You know, kind of makes them feel a wee bit uncomfortable, intimidated. So I'll probably just get pictures, and if it makes it to the internet, I've got good content, so you'll see this video up. The bridge. We've seen this bridge in all weather. Actually, one of my neighbours, he worked on the original Queensferry Bridge. He was the one that helped construct that. So it's quite interesting. My neighbour is as old as the world, but you can tell me a few stories like that bridge. So the rain is pelting down now from I got over the bridge. But up ahead, can you not see that right in front of me? We've got a cheeky wee Saab 9000. It appears to be on maybe Isle of Man plates. Looks to be in pretty fresh order, to be honest. I don't know what he's indicating out the way for. Way back there, premature indication. I'm sure there'd be some medication for that, or some benefit. I suffer with premature indication. Let's see if I can catch up with him. The guy's gunning it. It's too risky. I'm doing 65 mile an hour with a trailer in the back, so I'm not getting any more than that. If I catch up with the guy, I'll start recording. I think quite possibly it might not be an Isle of Man car. I think it might just be an old school private plate. Looks in very decent nick. It's a Saab 9000 CSE. He's done a bit of touring in it as well. A solid big tank. It appears to be rust free as well. Another cool bridge to go over. I used to be petrified going over this bridge when I was a lot younger, because it was so high up and the water was underneath as well. I was never really a fan of the Queensferry Bridge neither, but now I absolutely love it. Part of our history, isn't it? $15 miles away now. The suspense is killing me. Now 10 miles away. I can't help but notice the high volume of people driving in their empty cars with their masks on, their COVID masks. Like, that is severe. I really don't understand that. Like, why? I even drove past somebody in a Tesla with one of them masks on as well. That just makes it worse, because not only do they look like a complete fud, they look like an even bigger fud with the mask on in the wee electric car. Oh well, that's gonna hurt a few feelings, but hey, I'm no with the electric cars. I really couldn't see myself having one. And I think that's why I've got such a thirst for older vehicles. Because see around that era, like the 80s and 90s were the best times of my life, and I get so much nostalgia driving anything from that era, regardless to how naff it is. You just kind of learn to love and appreciate them, regardless to what it is. You know, there's some extreme scenarios where I absolutely detested the vehicles back in the day, but see, to be honest, I would drive about in a Lada Samara. It wouldn't bother me at all. It's just all part of the nostalgia, the feeling from way back then. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the older cars as well, 60s and 70s, but 80s and 90s is more my era. But aye, each to their own. You know, there's folk that love the latest and greatest cars that don't really take a lot to do with motors, and then there's petrol heads like me. You know, I'm a bit of a diesel head as well. Well, I like an old school diesel too, as you've seen with the P100. And I really wish I had started doing videos like years ago, because some of the stuff you would have seen along the way, you could write several books on even half of the vehicles that I've owned. You know, I think the more interesting the vehicle is, the more I'm interested at it. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We're just coming up to the brow of Dundee, so I think we'll be nearby and we'll get to see the cavie. This absolutely infuriates me, these cyclists. And then obviously daft horses behind them, like that. There was plenty of opportunity back there for them to actually safely overtake, which I'm sure the cyclists wouldn't have minded. But this is what we're up against, eh? This is the way the world's heading. So we're on the road up to this now. I don't know if it's... He says it's a castle, so I'm assuming it'll be a proper castle. I don't think it'll be his house. I'm not sure. So here we are. I think he's got two of them. Oh, one's a Nova. Okay, so we're out in the cavie. Here we are, 1987 Cavalier. Very, very, very solid underneath. It's got a little ding here that would probably pop out. Seems to be in very original condition. The guy was telling me it's had 3 owners from new. It's running a bit lumpy, but I reckon a wee tune up would do wonders on this. I'm thinking of just going for a wee offer on it and see what's what. Needs a boot lock, unfortunately. Aye, this would be an ideal candidate for the retro car meet. What do you think, guys? Interior is in actually decent enough condition, a wee bit of wear and tear on that side, but bear in mind how old this is. Did the wee bit for the tapes as well. The guy's going to be asking somebody if he can remember where the tape player is for it, maybe an original tape player. Aye. Interesting, it's very solid underneath. I think I'm going to go and bid for this. I've bought it. Whew. Just counting out the money. Get the guy sorted. Okay, so we're about to put the Cavalier up on to the trailer. Just let this Nova past. Absolute cracker. Need to go and get something to eat, I'm starving. This is some interesting content for the channel. You're going to enjoy it. Still can't believe I've got a cabin. So guys, there we have it, 1987 Vauxhall Cavalier. So needs very minimum, and I think I'll hold on to this here one for a wee while. As I say, when you get the itch, you just got to itch it, but who's to say, I might get another itch. The roof is in superb condition. Appears to be a wee sag inside, but I know a very good upholsterer company in Bowness, and we'll put their link in the description if you are needing any upholstery done, and give them a bell. Nice, there we go, it's my new baby. Such a beautiful part of the world up this neck of the woods. The hills, the water, the buildings, just the scenery is absolutely breathtaking.